Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I'm a beauty consultant, and today I just wanted to share with you all some favorites that I had from February that were not from Black owned brands. I've already done a dedicated review or favorites video of all of the Black owned products that I tried in the month of February that I loved. So I will link that video for you. But these are products that come from non-Black owned brands that I truly did enjoy during the month of February, or I'll be giving you some updates on some that I still don't know how I feel about them. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it. And if you are new, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad, because we'd love to have you. And let's get right into this video. So first, let's talk about this gloss that's on my lips. Maybelline sent me a little package, and it came with two of their what are they called? Their lifter gloss products here. So these are going to be infused with hyaluronic acid, and they are obviously a glossy finish. They do have a thicker formula. They remind me a lot, honestly, of Fenty Beauty's Gloss Bomb. I would dare to say that these could be very much dupe worthy. So I picked up a third shade, which is the gloss that I'm wearing on my lips, and it's this gloss right here. Oh, doesn't that look so pretty? So this is in the shade 10 Crystal. It's what I'm wearing on my lips. And Maybelline sent me 007 Amber and 005 Petal. I'll swatch all three so you can see them. So from the three that I have, you can tell that there are different finishes. So this is the crystal shade that I have on my lips currently. And then this is the shade Amber, this like tan nude shade. And then this pinky shade is the one called Petal. They're very comfortable on the lips. Very much, like I said, a thicker gloss formula that the pigmentation of them and the formula of them will last on the lips much longer than your like traditional lip gloss. Amber and Petal have been in my purse since I got them. I think I got them like early February or mid-February, and then I just recently picked up Petal or Crystal, and Crystal's been in my purse too. So I've had all three of them in my purse since I got them, and I love them. Let's do a little comparison between Fenty Beauty's Gloss Bombs, because I think they're so similar. Here is going to be the Gloss Bomb Cream by Fenty in the shade Cupcake. This is the Maybelline shade here. And then here is Fenty Beauty's Hot Chocolate. And I feel like finish-wise, Hot Chocolate and the shade Crystal by Maybelline look similar. And then this is the shade Lavender Savage by Fenty Beauty, and this this is the heat version of it. But I feel like between the Gloss Bomb Cream and the metallic that's in the Hot Chocolate shade, you can see similarities for sure between the two brands. So I would say, if you don't want to pay Fenty Beauty's price, check out these Maybelline's, what are they? The lifter glosses. Now let's talk about a product that I still really don't have my thoughts around. Part of the reason why I don't have my thoughts around it is because I think I've only worn it twice, but I haven't felt inclined to reach for it. I know, it's the Urban Decay Stay Naked Quickie Concealer. So here's the thing, it's a beautiful concealer. Like the couple of times that I've worn it, I've been like, okay, this is really nice. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I've heard that it works great for dry skin, and the skin under my eyes can get quite dry. So I look for more hydrating concealers, and it's 24 hours worth of wear. It's a multi-use concealer. I mean, it says all the right things. I cannot tell you why I have not reached for this concealer more. So I have the shade 50NN, and that's what it looks like. I like the shade as well. So this is one I'm gonna actively be trying to pick up more, even though, guys, I can't even lie. The concealer I'm wearing right now is like bomb AF, okay? I'm being dramatic, but I'm also being so real. Givenchy Prisme Libre Concealer. Enough said. So between that concealer and the other ones that I'm going to talk to you about today, I just don't know if I can have room for this one. I will make room and definitely let you all know. This is what I do know, and this is what I do remember that might have kind of turned me off a bit. This formulation does dry down. okay, which I don't like drying concealers under my eyes. Like even as I'm sitting here talking to you all, I don't know if you all can tell, but it's already started to dry down some. And so we will definitely see. I'll report back the end of March, like my final conclusions. Like, is this something that I'm gonna keep using, or is this just gonna stay tucked away in my drawer and that's it? But I mean, I don't have anything negative to say. I just can't tell you like, yes, I love it, or like, no, I kept using it and it just wasn't the one for me. I could just say I wasn't reaching for it because I kept reaching for other ones. Now, some of the other concealers that I reached for like non-stop, almost every time I did my makeup, I was wearing one of these concealers the entire month of February. But let's take it back to January, and then let's take it back to December as well, okay? First of all, Rare Beauty's Under Eye Brightener. It's not even technically a concealer, but it be doing enough for me that it has been my go-to concealer. So I first picked up the shade Medium Tan. Medium Tan is basically my complexion. So I like it if I were wearing like absolutely no makeup and I just wanted to brighten the under eye. It is right here. This would be a perfect shade to match my skin, right? But I wanted to wear this on those days where I am wearing foundation and makeup, but I just wanted like not too much coverage under the eyes, but just, a little something. And that's where medium comes in. So this is the shade Medium, and I tell you, I don't even wear Medium Tan because most of the time I am wearing some type of base. I've been reaching for this Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener. I can't even tell you how many times I've used this in 1 month. It is like literal, potentially might be holy grail status if I keep going at it the way that I'm going at it. This is stunning. I love how it brightens the under eyes. It does provide a little bit of coverage, so being that I don't have a lot of dark circles under my eyes, it works. Now, if you have a lot of dark circles, of course, you're gonna wanna use a more, like an actual concealer to cover up your dark circles. But if you wanna put this on top to add like that brightening effect, it is beautiful. Or if you are someone that's like, look, I don't mind my dark circles, I just kind of want that area to look a little more lifted, this is excellent. As hydrating of a formula as it appears to be, it also does not really crease and settle in your fine lines as much as I thought it would. So I hardly ever set this when I wear it. I just blend it into the skin and like keep going on with whatever I'm gonna apply on the face. And I mean, this lasts all day. It looks great under the eye. It doesn't like crackle or start looking funny at the end of the day. This thing is amazing, okay? And I have not properly talked about it, and that's why I'm talking about it now. But I have been loving this since I picked it up. I think I got the first one the end of December, early January. And then when this shade came back in stock, I picked it up. I can't put it down. I legitimately cannot put it down. And then the other concealer that, it's so funny, I made my best of concealers of 2022 video, and I ranked this one at like number 5, number 6 out of like 10. And I was like, it took me a really long time to figure out what I loved about it, or if I even loved it. And like now I do love it, but I don't reach for it as much as these other ones, right? Okay, it was like January 1st, everything shifted, and this has been the number 1 concealer for me this year based on how many times I've used it. Now that might change, as we're getting new concealers in the year, but in terms of the concealer I've used the most this year, it's been this one. Y'all ready? Okay, Dior Backstage Concealer. It ain't new, I know that. Shade 3W, Honey Child. So here's the thing. This is not a concealer for everybody because this formulation, ironically, does kind of dry down. And when I first got it, that's why I didn't really reach for it. Like this concealer literally sat for about 2 months before I really started reaching for it, because after I wore it the first time, I was like, yo, this thing kind of dries under the eyes, and I don't know if it's making me look a little older or what. I wasn't sure. Okay, so here is the shade 3W on the back of my hand, and I figured out how to apply this to where the magic shines. And it's like everyday full coverage, but not too much coverage concealer for me. You gotta let this thing sit. you have to let it sit. So I apply just a little right here, and then I apply a little right here, and I let it sit. And I'm talking like, the longer I let it sit, in my opinion, the better it looks. So of course you get more coverage the longer you let your concealer sit. And then I like to take a brush and pat it, blend it out. So I don't swipe. I don't recommend swiping for any concealer, to be honest, but pat it out, and you keep the coverage of the concealer, but you also like help the product to move. And I know that doesn't sound like how I want it to sound, but it's something about when the formulation actually settles and then you go to blend it out, it just looks so much better. And I also feel like when it gets kind of pasty almost because it's dry, those are not the best words to describe it, but that's all I can think of right now. When it does start to dry a little bit, it then stays in place. So it's not settling into fine lines, it's not moving all around. I'm keeping maximum coverage. I love the shade because I feel like it also brightens my under eye, and it is perfection. It's like my go-to when I want a little bit of coverage. It's my go-to when I want full coverage. It's just everything for me. Like this would probably, I could see this being the first concealer I actually finish. That's how much I've been using it and loving it. Unheard of for me. Unheard of. So this is literally holy grail status for me concealer. Now the Givenchy one I was just telling you about, that might give this one a run for its money, but I don't know. I don't know yet. However, I've been loving it, highly recommend it. If you have dry skin, I don't know if you'll like it, if I'm being honest, because you may not like that dry down, but I love it so much that I would almost say try it. Just, you know, maybe try it, because it's not an overly drying formula at all, but it does dry down. Okay. What's next? Okay, a couple of brushes. Okay, I've been singing the praises of the Rose and Ben C42 brush. I can't get enough of this. Cannot get enough of this. It's the shape for me. It's the density of the hairs for me. It is the way it sits in my hand. I feel like a dainty princess when I'm pressing in my products onto the skin. And it's the multi-use factor for me. So I literally will apply my foundation, then I will apply my cream blush, cream bronzer with this. If I got a cream highlight, like anything cream is going on this brush. And because it is like a little bit more concise in its shape, a little more structured, I don't want to say structured, but it is a little smaller and it has that like oval type shape. It fits really well. I've even blended out the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener with this. Like put it on and I'm just doing like a loose blend. I just tilt it and blend it out that way. It is so multifunctional. So foundation, I love to press in my foundation. So this fits perfectly for my style of application for foundation. Like I said, I have blended out concealer and I just flip it this way. Perfect for the apples of your cheeks. Perfect for your bronzer. Highlight, depending on like what I want to do, I'll either flip it this way or tap it this way. And it's amazing. It is gold for me, like gold. I highly recommend this one. If you have the C41 brush, C41, okay, so if you want to see a comparison between the two. So this is C41, C42. So obviously two different types of brushes that we're dealing with here, but they both have that angled shape that I really do love, and they have that flat angle surface, so you really can blend in product quickly, press things into the skin. Application is like flawless, okay? But this one is not as precise. Like I can still do blush, I can still do bronzer. I've done that before. I would never try to blend out concealer. I mean, I guess I could if I flip it this way. But usually for me, this is either going to be blending out foundation or bronzer. This one, I can do all the things that I listed. So, I mean, honestly, I recommend all of the Rose and Ben brushes. I have the majority of them. I think it's only like a couple of brushes that I need before I have all of them. So I recommend any of them. They are synthetic. Amazing quality, some of the softest synthetic hairs I've ever tried, and I think they are completely worth your buy. Another brush that I was completely not expecting to even get, but then I got it and I was like, oh, Makeup Forever. So this is their 109 wavy brush. So Makeup Forever sent me a really beautiful package, and this brush came in it. Very dense brush. This is a synthetic haired brush as well. It's dense, but it's flexible. So blending in foundation was just great. Also, definitely blended in my bronzer as well. I've been wearing a lot of cream bronzer, and this is amazing for it. So I would really check out this brush as well. I think this one is amazing. I definitely have been using the C42 one more than the Makeup Forever one, but got a lot of love out of it as well. Okay, then we have a couple more products and I'm done. Not too many products, but just wanted to share these because I really have been enjoying them. The foundation though, that literally stole the show for me, Makeup Forever Powder Foundation. Where do I begin? Okay, I have the shade 3N54. I'm not a powder foundation person. I have them. I use them sparingly because I like liquid foundation. This powder foundation blends into the skin like butter. I've never seen a powder foundation look like skin, like literally look like you're wearing your skin and it's just perfected. Blends in smoothly. I was told by one of you all that I do need to use the sponge. I think the denser side of the sponge gives you more coverage, and then this side I think has a little more of like a porous look to it. It gives you lighter coverage. One of you all were like, Chelsea, you are really missing out by not using the sponge. So I am gonna use this sponge with the powder foundation just to see if I notice a difference. I've honestly been using the Rose & Bend C42 brush to blend it into the skin, and I've been loving that application. But this powder foundation has taken me by storm. Like, I did not think I was gonna like it. Hardly. And I love it. So if you're somebody who, especially if you do have drier skin and you're like, powder foundation does not work for me because it just is too dry, it looks like a cake face, but you want a powder foundation for convenience, you know, quicker application of makeup, I would so recommend this one. This one is talc free and the formula is literally silky smooth. So like my go-to look for most days for work was this powder foundation, and then I would put the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener on top of this. I had a whole complete look and everything looked so flawless. I definitely wanted to sing the praises of this Makeup Forever powder foundation. Like, this video would have been worth it if I just talked about this. It's just that good. You guys need to check it out. Definitely check it out. Okay, then BK Beauty did a collaboration with Risa Does Makeup, and they came out with lashes, darling. And they're amazing. I can't put them down. So they came out with 4 styles of lashes. This is the style that I'm actually wearing today. This is the style Martini. These are little corner lashes, and I love these ones so much. I asked the brand if they could send me more. Because I was like, I can already tell you I'm gonna use these to death. These are multi-use, so you can use them multiple times. You know, clean them off, store them in the packaging. This is really good sturdy packaging as well. It's not gonna be packaging that is flimsy, and it has a magnetic closure, which I really do like. So it'll really protect your lashes for as long as you want them to. The band on them is astronomically thin, even though that's not the right adjective for it, but it is extremely thin. So it makes the application of the lashes much faster and simpler, and then you don't even feel them because the band is so thin, and then the lash hairs themselves are so lightweight. There's been plenty of times I've worn these and forgotten that I had them on. So then we have the style Day Club, and I was like, yep, I'm gonna need more of these. These are perfect for everyday glam when you want to do like everyday glam, like literally everyday glam. So Martini is great when you want that subtle glam, or you're like, I'm going to work today, or you know, I'm going to maybe like a little girl's brunch. I don't want to do the most, but honey, I want to bet a little extra. That's what Martini's great for. Day Club is cool for like for me, if I were going to work and I was speaking at a conference, like I'm being professional, but you gonna get this face glam as well. I would wear Day Club for that. I would also wear Day Club if I'm doing like a cute night on the town with Sean. So I want to do a little lash, but nothing crazy, but like a little more lash than Martini. Day Club is great for that. Then we have the actual Vava Voom lashes. So we've got Vegas. I have not worn Vegas yet, but this is definitely a lash that I would wear when I'm definitely trying to dress to impress. I'm going to an engagement party and it's all black formal after 5 cocktail attire. So I might whip these bad boys out for that. And then Stiletto. Stiletto is another one of those like, okay, I'm going out. I want my eyes to be seen for sure. That's when you could wear these. So I think they're all amazing quality. But for me, what I really like about them is that they are lightweight, easy to apply, but they really do add such a beautiful effect to the eyes. Like, I love the way that this eye look looks with these little corner lashes. Like, it's not too much. You still see the eye look. It doesn't take away from the eye look, but like, I definitely have that lifted cat eye effect from these lashes. So highly recommend checking them out. Thank you, BK Beauty, Risa Does Makeup, for sending these over. They're amazing. L'Oreal sent me a package and I guess they did reformulate their True Match foundation. So I have the shade N7 and this is really, really good. I had the original True Match foundation, really liked it, but I didn't use it as much because it didn't have a pump, if I'm being honest. I just, you know, and then I had other foundations, but this one comes with a pump. It has more of a blendable formulation, and I do remember that the original True Match formula was a little more thick. This formula is more thin and lightweight, lasts all day. So if I could say all the good that was in True Blend before or True Match before, this one has, but it's an even better formulation. So really great drugstore foundation that I would suggest checking out. Tons of shades, so give it a try. Give it a try. Okay, last but not least, Chantecaille. So they sent me their spring collection and I really enjoyed everything that I got, but the 2 things that I really like and that I would suggest to you all would be their blushes. So these are the blushes that were in that spring collection, and I think they are beautiful. So this is Anemone and this is Apple Blossom. Apple Blossom is the deeper shade of the 2, and I think it is the, Anemone is the deeper shade of the 2. And so I think if you have a deeper complexion, go for Anemone. Both of these work really well for me, and I'll just do quick swatches. So here is Anemone and this one is Apple Blossom. But the formula is so smooth. They really do blend into the skin very easily, and I love the pigmentation. Like, they are some really beautifully pigmented blushes. And Apple Blossom is giving us that kind of Barbie pink blush that everyone has been raving about for a couple of months now. It's kind of got that cooler tone, and Anemone has more of like a richer pink, warmer tone. So I really enjoy both of these blushes. I think from that collection, the blushes for sure were my favorite. One other thing that's not makeup related are these earrings that I'm wearing. Okay, so a little backstory. I wanted to get these earrings that were by a designer, and they were heart-shaped earrings. And I was like, Sean, I want these for Christmas. Okay, he was like, all right. And I don't know if he was gonna get them or not, but like, I put them on my Christmas list. Then I heard some kind of disturbing news from this brand, and I was like, you know, I don't want to support them. So Andrea Renee shared this brand of earrings, and I was like, yes. So the brand is called Lancre. I think that's how you pronounce it. These are the heart-shaped earrings that I purchased. And I'm also wearing them today in my ears in gold, so let me get them together. These are so, so cute. Now, they are smaller than the original ones that I wanted, but they actually probably are better for me in my ears because this earlobe right here, if you can see, it is split. So I have to be careful that I don't wear earrings that are so heavy that are gonna, you know, split it even more. But these are the gold version. I just picked up the gold ones a couple of weeks ago, and I cannot stop wearing these earrings. They're so cute. They don't irritate my ears. They're very lightweight. Like, if you can see, if I lift them up, you can tell that they're not pulling on my earlobe too much. And I'll even take them out so you can see like what my slit looks like without them. So there's my split or slit in my ear. I don't even know how I did that. I just remember in high school realizing like, dang, this earlobe is kind of longer than this other one. But I love that like it's not heavy at all, but they're very much prominent in there. You can see them. And they're so cute. So I originally got them in silver because the gold ones were sold out, and the gold ones were the ones that I really wanted, but I was like, I can't wait. So I got the silver ones, and I'm actually glad that I have both silver and gold because now I can just wear them with whatever color accessory I'm wearing. But I love these, like love, love, love these. And I would say I've had the silver ones for 2 months now, and I don't see any turning of them. I have slept in them. They're actually pretty comfortable to sleep in because they lie kind of flat to the face. But wanted to shout out this brand. I looked at their website and they do have some really pretty jewelry just all around. So I definitely see myself purchasing more from the brand, but I've loved these ones so much. I know you've all seen them because I've worn them in videos before. So I wanted to just show them some love and put them out there. So that's it, guys. I hope this video was not too long. I meant for it to be like 15 minutes or less, and I doubt it's gonna be that. But anywho, let me know if anything I talked about today happens to be your favorites, or if you're interested in any of the products that I talked about. And let me know what your favorite products were from the month of February. I'd love to hear that all down in the comment section below. And if you've made it to this point in the video and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.